dealing with our own heavy rain as drivers are dealing with wet roads. We have team coverage of today's record-breaking rainfall.
And that rain has really added up since yesterday, keeping the air heavy and wet, and snow is piling up in the mountains. It's a jackpot for all of us. In your Weather Now forecast, 8 News Now at noon starts right now.
Now, live. This is 8 News Now at noon.
Thanks for joining us on 8 News Now at noon. I'm Kirsten Joyce. Rain hitting the valley hard after we've dealt with 116 days without it. The rainfall is flooding some roads underneath some overpasses as well. There's already been some swift water rescues. We do have team coverage on this rainfall. We have Patrick Walker in the central part of the valley at one of the storm channels. But first we have reporter Sally Jaramillo, who's been outside all morning and just witnessed a swift water rescue in North Las Vegas. Sally.
All day long, we've been seeing multiple scenarios involving the effects the rain is bringing here in Nevada, and these rescues that we experienced were just a few of them. This all happened at 3300 East Cary in the Cary-Belmont Wash area, which is Cary and Pecos. It is during these rainy times when North Las Vegas PD work with the homeless by checking specific areas. The scene involved a male and female asking for help when PD was checking the area. Water rose to about 7 feet when they got trapped underneath the bridge. Cedric Williams says this could have been a tragic situation.
They are very, very fortunate because obviously the water is cold out here. Everything from hypothermia to, potential drowning. And so they're very fortunate that the police officers here in North Las Vegas, they have a team that actually builds relationships, works with many of our homeless or less fortunate people. And so they were out here doing their routine, what they do when this type of weather comes in and
PD assisted them by making sure their health was in good condition and they had a safe place to stay. The male victim will be receiving help from Catholic Charities and the woman from Help of Southern Nevada. Now, Cedric Williams says due to the rain, lots of homeless tend to seek shelter in areas like these, so you want to be extra caution. Reporting live, Sally Jaramillo, 8 News Now.
All right, thank you so much, Sally. We're going to head over now to Patrick Walker, who's live near a flood channel near Desert Inn and Eastern with an update there, Patrick.
Hi there, Kirsten. Yeah, we're kind of catching a little bit of break in the rain, some light sprinkles right now. We're on Eastern, just south of Desert Inn. You can see the channel is starting to flow, at least at I shouldn't say starting to flow, but it's flowing at a pretty good clip right now. Water has been at a pretty consistent level in the 45 minutes or so that we have been here. But as you can imagine, all of the washes across the valley probably look like this, maybe even a little bit more full. Let's show you some of the other stuff we saw today. I'll show you some video. We were trying to work our way around the valley this morning, and so far, for the most part, we've been stuck in the middle. 4 months of garbage littering the flood control system is coming to a head with this storm. The trash has clogged a number of drains on Highland as it crosses under Sahara. The water had gone down a bit when we got there, but it was well over a couple of feet deep at some point. An NDOT worker got out that old trusty shovel and rake to clear the drains. Some elbow grease at work there. The water flowing hard enough at one point to wash an old tire out in the middle of the street. We also spotted a City of Las Vegas crew in a vacuum truck doing some work, checking in a few of those neighborhoods. The guys clearing a drain that flooded a few 100-foot stretch of 6th Street just north of Oakey before they moved on. No doubt public work crews will be busy for a few more hours making sure the water can get into the flood control system. So, of course, we are expecting, as Sherry has mentioned all morning, another wave of rain perhaps coming through in the not-too-distant future. It's going to be a wet commute home, and the flood control system so far seems to be holding. Looks like they're going to get some more rain, though. We'll see how that's all holding up. We'll be checking out some of the detention basins and things like that. We'll have an update for you coming up at 5 o'clock. For now, reporting live, I'm Patrick Walker, 8 News Now.
Thanks so much, Patrick. More than 20,000 people in Southern California are under mandatory evacuation orders today. The first big rainstorm of the year triggering those massive mudslides in areas scorched by weeks of wildfire. There are at least 5 confirmed deaths in connection with the storm. Rescues are underway in Southern California after pounding rain triggered dangerous mudslides overnight. Santa Barbara County fire crews pulled 3 people to safety.
We were woken up to boulders and trees coming down.
Wow.
So it's a
big mess this morning.
The storm also left cars and trucks stranded on the 101 expressway for hours. As we mentioned as well, flash flood warnings also in effect. Up to 7 inches of rain is possible before the storm is over. Flash flood watches also in effect for parts of Sonoma and Mendocino counties north of San Francisco, areas that were also ravaged by the wildfires this fall. Well, the severe weather coming off the heels of the natural disasters the U.S. faced last year. Our country dealt with 16 weather and climate disasters with losses that each went more than $1 billion. Total cost, $306 billion, broke the previous record set in 2005 when Hurricane Katrina and other disasters caused $215 billion in damage to the U.S.
It's just been massive. And then we saw all that cold over the last couple of weeks, and you saw people still, you know, from the hurricane in Texas, they had no heat, no protection from the cold weather. And so it's been sad to see what's been going on. Now it's our turn to get a little wet and get some much needed snowfall in the mountains.
Yes, indeed, folks. Just be careful out there.
Yeah, it is very wet. It's very slippery. And as you can see, that trend is going to continue. I put up actually a traffic camera because I wanted to show you what the highways look like out there still. We've had very low visibility, and there's so much standing water on the roads with that steady rainfall that started in the overnight hours, and then it continued through the morning. So it really did add up the rainfall, and we've stayed very cool. We're only 49 degrees with some sporadic showers. Now, the air is so heavy, completely saturated at 100% humidity right now. Widespread heavy rain, as Patrick indicated, being out there in the field. He said it feels like it's kind of come to an end or taking a little bit of a break, and that's true. But look what's added up in less than 24 hours. Wigwam and Eastern, 1 2/3 inches. Southwest Valley, Wallapai, Russell has seen almost 1 2/3 inches, over 1.5 inches. Warm Springs and I-515 in the Southeast Valley, 1 1/3 inches, and all the way up through North Las Vegas, over 1 inch of rain. Low-lying areas are seeing lots of standing water. It's very dangerous out there. Love the impressive rainfall totals. That's wonderful, but it's just really treacherous out there on the streets today. And we're, again, very cool. And now that the cooler temperatures up in the mountains, that will help to start lowering the snow levels. We've seen about 3 to 4 inches of snow already above 8,000 feet. National Weather Service says they're starting to see the snow line come down to about 7,000 feet, which is what we're expecting. Here is all the rain as this huge area of low pressure is opening up from Southern California to Northern California. Possible that we may get thunderstorms this afternoon with cold air aloft because the temperatures are really not going to change too much, and the dynamics could be sparking some of those isolated thunderstorms with more scattered showers. So warm jackets, keep the umbrellas, and the patience as you head outside this afternoon. A full look at your Weather Now forecast is coming up in just a few minutes. Kirsten?